Today we're in sunny Doncaster for Britain's Strongest Woman. We have 4 weight classes battling out for the title. We've got our stand with us today and it's fully stocked with all Cerberus goodies and everything you're going to need.
Same game every other weekend with my heart in the palm of your hand. Tear it all apart or I let you do it. This is just so typical. I'm sick of love. We're never sick enough to run from.
We're here today having a chat with Anne Brown, owner of 100% CA.
When we took over in 2014, we had like England's strongest woman. That was the highest comp we had.
Yeah.
And there were like 14 people in the field, and I did it at a rugby club.
Right, yeah.
And then literally what we've done then is worked on the captive audiences. So we've been going to fetes, carnivals. There's a show by us called The Little Bower. 8,000 people walking around.
Was it not a Bloodstock?
We've been at Bloodstock in front of in the main arena at Bloodstock. There's 20,000 people running around, and all of this has sort of helped grow what we're trying to do.
I was going to ask, so now the progression I take it now is it's making this a standalone event.
Yes.
Not tagged on to something else. It's a standalone event. It's own group of fans, which we get to see today, packed audience, and what made you decide it was ready to do that transition then?
The athletes, believe it or not, when we go back to when we first started, we were sending 2 or 3 girls internationally to the Arnold's, what was then.
Yes.
Obviously there's OSG now. And when you look at the amount of girls that we're now sending from the UK, there's 30, 40 girls going to OSG, there'll be 10 to 15 to 20 girls going to the Arnold's in Ohio. You know, that's what made me go, right, we need to start looking at what we're doing as a standalone. So we've worked hard sort of definitely the last 4 or 5 years to put a stage on the platform on for them to shine and them to be the right way. And last year it was, let's take the lead.
Today's comp, as if it wasn't enough that it's like Britain's Strongest Woman, is also a qualifier, am I right, for the Arnold's, which is coming up in the next year.
So we are now doing the first ever Arnold's Women's Pro Show. So when we got asked to do the Arnold's by the festival, they were only interested in us doing an amateur log and deadlift and the men's pro show. And I'm like, what about a women's pro show? And straight away they were on board. So I said, well, you can't sit there and offer £60,000 as a prize money for the men and don't offer the girls anything. So the Arnold's have actually put up £20,000 prize pot for the girls.
And what's the future then? So what's your next year's plans? What are we looking at for England's, Britain's, and the Arnold's?
Bigger, better, more.
With Gemma's competing today. Gemma's one of our athletes. So I'm going to run down how it went.
Oh, it didn't go very well, I'm not going to lie. So, what was first? What was the first event? Deadlifts. I didn't even win deadlifts. 18 reps, the winner got 21. And then moving on, I fainted again on the log. Did okay on the last 2 events, so ended up coming 4th, which is unfortunate after last year, but another year of really hard training and I'll be back on the top, I promise.
I'm here with Dee, Cerberus athlete. She was competing today in Britain's Strongest Woman. Do you want to give us a wee rundown on how your day went?
Yeah, it was a really good day. The athletes were incredible. There's so many good British athletes today. There's loads of Scottish ones today.
Yes,
quite a
for
few
sure.
Scottish.
It was really good to see that actually. There's a
and
better mix, I think.
They kind of all came together a wee bit as well, which is good. But the day was amazing. It was a great comp.
And what was the best part of it for you?
Do you know, I thought it was going to be log because that's like the strong point, but
Right.
it ended up being like, that's what I liked the most. I really liked the car deadlift.
Oh really?
Yeah,
And how many reps did you get on that?
I think I got 7.
7.
Yeah.
And the weight in that car deadlift is quite heavy, wasn't it?
240.
240.
Yeah, 240 kilos.
So how long did it take you to sort of prep for a comp like this? Because this is obviously a big, national comp. So
This is my first kind of British. This is the first
Okay.
time I've come to the British.
Wow.
Thinking kind of fast-paced this year.
Okay.
It was like the Scotland, and then the West
Right.
a few weeks later here. So
Okay.
it's kind of been a 3-4 month prep overall for
Right.
all comps.
Wow.
And the one thing.
So and what comps have you got? Have you got more coming up? Have you got OSG coming up as
Yeah,
well?
so we've got the Arnold's now in 6 weeks from
Okay.
today.
Yes.
And then 6 weeks after that we'll have the OSG in the works. Over to Florida
Oh, that's a great comp.
in this heat again.
Maybe hotter.
Yeah,
Maybe a bit hotter.
Pack the ice on.
And what was out of the events in the day, what one did you like the least? What was the worst one?
I was dreading yoga because
Right, okay.
I've never moved that weight before. That was 240 kilos as well, and I've never done that yoga.
Big yoga deadlift, 240.
And I'm impressed me even more. But no, it was alright. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Great.
But that was the one I was dreading the most.
Well, congratulations and great performance. And,
Thanks to you guys.
thanks. Oh, no problem at all. Thanks for talking to us today.
Yeah. See you soon.
See you
Hopefully.
soon. Yeah, indeed. Hey guys, we're here with Naomi, Cerberus athlete, competing at Britain's Strongest Women today. Do you want to give us a wee chat on how your day went? Obviously it went well, but do you want to run through it for us?
Yeah, so my whole goal for today was to come top 6
Okay.
to qualify for Arnold because I thought then I'm not going to stretch myself out too much. For the first time ever, I think I actually had a competition where I didn't get stretched about anything. I didn't bother looking at schools. I was just kind of going through each bench as it came.
Right.
Log is not my thing, so I knew that wasn't going to go that well, but I was just trying to get as much from the other four as I could.
Okay. And obviously you did fantastic.
Yes.
You came third.
I'm very happy.
Yeah. And you're only looking to come top 6. So
Yeah.
So what do you think made the difference then? What events was it that particularly went well for you?
It was yoke. So I came second in that. I think there was only 2 of us that finished it.
How heavy was the yoke?
280.
Big yoke.
It felt so much heavier last year, and I don't know why. I think it's the heat.
Yeah.
And then sandbags, which I've been training a lot, but I think the sand was a little bit wet, so it made them feel like they were a lot heavier.
Right.
Also, we were just very tired from the deadlift and the yoke. So my aim was just to get as many of them as I could as quickly as possible. I wasn't trying to press myself out to get all 4. And I knew when I finished the 100, the 110 probably wasn't going to happen.
Right,
So I
okay.
just needed to get the 100 down and over as quick as I could.
Fantastic. Well,
that was my goal for
That's heavy event. So it seemed from where I was standing and watching, it seemed like there was a really up the game from last year. Again, it's like a much tougher event, and the
Yeah.
standard of athlete was
Yeah, it really was.
outstanding. I think
Yeah.
it was a lot closer throughout all the weight classes.
Yeah, well, I didn't look at the scores, and then when I did go and look, it was like this, and then when I looked again before then, it was like no, this. Apart from Lucy, because Lucy's just amazing. But yeah, I think the log split quite a lot of us because I think only Lucy, Emma Jane, and Katie actually got a rest because we were outside warming up. And they're like, no, it's fine. We'll do it in a minute when everyone else goes in. And we completely forgot that the log had to come in. So we were like, oh well, we'll just wing it. So I was happy I even cleaned it, to be honest.
So how heavy was the log?
85.
Big log
Yeah.
as well. Right.
I
Okay.
cleaned it and then I kind of was sitting there and I felt a bit dizzy and I was like, I'll try once. If it gets a good amount off, we go again. If not, just put it down and conserve it for sandbags. and that was my whole aim. There was no point me losing energy.
So you played a very smart game then.
I think I was quite clever
Yeah,
today.
very
Yeah, usually I'm
tactical,
like, no, I'm going to keep going to get points. I was like, no, you're going to save your energy for things you know you might actually be able to finish.
Yes. And in this heat, what sort of considerations does someone competing have to? I mean, did you up your food intake? Were you eating differently? What were you snacking throughout, or did you not?
I wasn't really. Usually I'm just sugar. I'm literally just there with donuts and Haribos.
That's my standard day anyway.
Yeah. But today I was like, no, you can have one Monster and then you're just gonna water, snack, water. I was basically just eating the little banana saurine bars.
Oh yeah.
Before each event, and then just having as much water as I could. I didn't want a sugar crash, and I was like, no, you need to be consistent. I had pizza for breakfast, so there was that. I actually brought it with me, and then I was like, I can't eat any more of that. So yeah, I was just like little bits, and then just as much water as I could. It was so hot, like even my forearms, even now are still sweating.
I wasn't doing anything, and I'm sweating. I'm sweating talking to you. It's so hot.
So hot. The lights are great, but also they make you a lot hotter.
Yeah.
But it looks cool for pictures.
It was particularly how it does. It was a particularly challenging position, so congratulations, well done. Yeah. And we're going to see you then. We'll be there soon. In the next, how long is Arnold? 6 weeks.
6 weeks to Arnold, yeah.
So prep starts tomorrow, I think.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I haven't got a deload anyway because I've got England in 2 weeks and then Arnold will be 4 weeks after that. So who needs rest?
Yeah,
it's fine. That's what we have for 6 weeks holidays for.
Well, congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for speaking to us today.
Thank you.